What's the biggest promise your parents broke? When I was 8, my parents promised they'd never split up our family. But that promise shattered the day my little brother Nathan got diagnosed with severe autism. The doctor said he needed specialized therapy, which meant moving to a facility 2 hours away. My parents swore we'd visit him every weekend without fail. The first month, they kept their word. Every Friday after school, we'd pack overnight bags and drive to see Nathan. Mom would bring his favorite dinosaur sheets for the hospital bed, and Dad would sneak in chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Nathan's eyes would light up when he saw us, and for those 2 days, everything felt normal. But then, the excuses started trickling in. Dad had an important meeting. Mom was too tired from work. The car needed repairs. Soon, I was the only one begging to visit. By month 3, they stopped driving me altogether. Gas is expensive, they'd say. We'll go next week. Next week never came. I started saving my lunch money and allowance, collecting quarters from the couch cushions. When I had enough for a bus ticket, I went alone. I was 9, sitting next to strangers for 2 hours each way, clutching Nathan's favorite blue dinosaur plushie. The nurses knew me by name. They'd save me a juice box from the cafeteria and let me stay past visiting hours. I'd read Nathan's stories, help him with his exercises, and watch him slowly progress in therapy. When he learned to say my name, Tommy, I cried harder than I ever had. Meanwhile, my parents redecorated Nathan's room into a home office. They donated his toys, erased him from family photos. When relatives asked about him, they'd change the subject. It was like he never existed. One weekend, I got to the facility and found Nathan having a meltdown. He'd been waiting by the window every Friday, watching for our car. The therapist said he'd started regressing, thinking we'd abandoned him. I held him until he stopped crying, promising I'd never leave him alone. I started doing odd jobs around the neighborhood, mowing lawns, walking dogs, anything for extra bus money. Some weekends, I'd stay overnight in the facility's family room, sleeping on a plastic chair. The staff would bring me blankets and sneak me breakfast from the cafeteria. My parents threw themselves into their careers. Dad got promoted. Mom started her own business. Our house got bigger, fancier. They bought me expensive gifts, probably out of guilt, but I sold everything to fund my visits to Nathan. The breaking point came when I was 15. I overheard Mom telling her friend that having Nathan institutionalized was the best decision we ever made, because now they could live their lives. That night, I confronted them with 6 years of facility visitor logs, hundreds of entries with my name, only 12 with theirs. They tried to defend themselves. We send money every month, Dad said. The facility gives him everything he needs. Mom added, it's better this way. We couldn't handle him at home. I spent the next 3 years documenting everything. Every missed visit, every therapy session they skipped, every milestone they ignored. The day I turned 18, I filed for guardianship of Nathan. The judge reviewed my evidence, visitor logs, bus tickets, witness statements from the facility staff. He asked my parents basic questions about Nathan's condition, his progress, his daily routine. They couldn't answer any of them. I knew everything. I won full guardianship. The day I moved Nathan out of the facility, our parents didn't even show up to say goodbye. But that was fine. We didn't need them anymore. Last month, Mom called crying. Dad had a stroke. They needed someone to handle his medical care, navigate insurance, drive him to appointments. We're still family, she pleaded. Children are supposed to care for their parents. I listened to her sob, then said, try the window. Maybe if you wait long enough, someone will show up. I hung up and went back to helping Nathan with his homework. He's living with me now, going to a special education program nearby.